Hello. Let's move this around. Okay, my hair is curly today. I'm in the curly vibes. Today. Why is it so dark? There we go. I don't know if I like this. I don't know. I get different thoughts. Okay, I'm AdelaLavine. For those of you who are rewatching this, and I think it's recording, if you're not here live with me, I'm AdelaLavine, and I'm going to be doing live readings. These are mini readings. Want to remind everybody, mini readings. If you would like a full reading from me, I'm going to explain to you what my readings are. I'm an intuitive and a medium. For those of you who might be new to me, intuitive readings are more about you, and you ask a question that you might have in your life. I like specific questions because I don't believe in fate. I don't believe in destiny. I believe the different decisions we make set a domino effect on how the future starts to unfold. So you ask a specific question so I can see how that future is starting to unfold and what it looks like. And I'm fixing my makeup. So I like a specific question. No super chat, please. I think I wrote that all the way to donate. It's 15 for an intuitive and 20 for a medium. Let's see. I do have full readings that I offer, and you can get all my full readings on AdelaLavine.com. I have a podcast called The House Medium, which people send in their paranormal situations, stories, things that have happened. And I read it and I put sound effects, and then I have you on and I tell you what I see happened. I have an Instagram, AdelaLavine. I have a TikTok, AdelaLavine. Everything's under AdelaLavine or the House Medium. You should be able to find me. These are mini readings to remind everybody. Let me do a little cheers. Look at my pretty drink. Isn't it pretty? It's a spritzer. I'm bougie like that. I am. Okay, hold on. I'm going to put this aside. Yeah, so that's what's happening. Super cute. I love the lime slice. It's lemon, but thank you. I've been wanting to mix my own drinks now that it's getting colder. Ah, yes. Always mix your own drinks. Mixing drinks. Let me things have been popping off. Hold on a second. Okay, I just got to answer this. Yes, you should definitely mix your own drink. So I went to this place and they had like this like lavender spritzer, and I was like, I can make that. I'm going to make that. But I didn't get it purple. You know? It's very light. I like very light drinks these days. Like heavy sweet drinks are not my favorite. So I like them light. Hi. Who said hi? I don't see a name. AM. Hi, AM. Yeah, so welcome everybody. Welcome. Come on in. Doing some readings. I'm going to be reading for an hour. So if you would like a reading, you need to get on the list. It looks like Zima. I don't think so, honey. That does not look like Zima. This is Prosecco with a little bit of spritz, with a little bit of lemon and lavender. No Zima here, baby. For those of you who are too young to know, it was a shit drink. It was a shit drink. We're not rocking Zima over here. This was all handcrafted. Yes, I'm reading for an hour, so I'll let you guys know about every 15 minutes to remind you if you want a reading to get on the list, because I will close the list 15 to 10 minutes prior when the hour is up. That's how we're doing it. To remind you, intuitive readings, you ask a question and they're 15, and medium readings, you pick one person to speak to who has passed and they are 20. Let's see, did I cover everything? Yes. And so I wanted to remind everybody that if you are in the Utah area, I'm going to be coming to Utah. I'm very excited because next weekend is going to be my first seance that I'm doing in Burbank. And people, those are sold out. And I'm very excited to be doing those. I don't think I'm going to be adding a third date because my calendar is filling up full for October. I wanted to remind everybody on my Patreon, I'm really excited because I'm going to be posting a class on spirit communication part 1. And the speed readings are going to be a little different this month. And the class, if you're on my Patreon, then you do need to be on Sacred Scholar to get the class. But the speed readings are going to be a little different this month because the speed readings this month, I'm going to do a little nod to Samhain. You'll see. It'll be a little different for the month of October. So I'm excited about that. If you are in the area of Utah, I still have tickets left for the seance. There's like 15, and I have spots for one-on-one readings. I'm going to be in Utah the 25th, the 26th, the 27th. Ooh, looking so forward to it. To which one? Which, probably the Patreon, I'm guessing. So that's what's happening. That's what's going on. Hello, everybody. How's your Sunday night? Wait, is this Sunday or is this? Yes, this is Sunday. Woo! What planet am I on? I was like, for a minute, I time traveled back. I hate when I time travel back. I only like time traveling forward. You know what I mean? I time travel back. Guess it's Sunday, weekend's gone. I don't really get weekends anyway, to be honest, because I work pretty much like officially tomorrow's my day off, but I'll still have things I have to do. Can we take notes or record a seance? No, you can't. No. This is a seance, honey. This isn't a medium gallery. This is a seance. You need to be present and you need to be this isn't going to be like individual readings. This is going to be whoever shows up, whoever comes in, and I don't want people being uncomfortable recording them. So I haven't, this is kind of private and it's very intimate setting, and it's not going to be like a personal reading. So there's no reason to take notes. Just enjoy and be in the moment. Be present. Feel the energy. That's the point of the seance. The seance is so that you can be a participant in the energy. The only thing I haven't come up with right now is where I'm going to record. I need to find a location to record a special Patreon. No, there's no personal portion. There's no personal portion. It's not going to happen like that. No recording. No. There's no personal portion. This isn't a reading for people. This is a seance. And the seance is you are feeling the energy and things are going to pop up all over the place. So I may see something for someone and tell them what I see, but it is not like a medium gallery. This isn't a personal portion. You don't can't just like fumble around and get your phone out. No, 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 no. This is like you got to just sit and enjoy the energy. I'm not doing individual readings. What I said is that probably someone will get somebody for somebody, meaning like you may have someone show up for you, but that could be even a person in the seance might feel something. So you just got to be present in the moment and, don't worry about the memory part. This isn't a personal reading. This is for people to go into an energy, to feel the energy, to enjoy the ride. So that is a no. No recordings. Everyone's phone is going to have to be off, silent, put away so that we can be in the moment. Some things are like spiritual and you got to be in the energy. I've done one of your online seances during COVID. It's definitely more of an experience. Thank you, Selena. It's more of an experience. When I told people that you probably will have somebody, that's because it's like someone may show up. But this isn't like long readings. I have very much altered the seances over the year to make sure you're enjoying. The whole point of a seance is that you feel the energy around, you feel the people that are in the room, you are in it, not to sit there and like take notes. Like, what the hell? What do you think I'm running here? This isn't school time. The chat, hey there, you all. Hi, Phyllis. This isn't like this isn't a school class. This isn't a class. This is like be in the moment. Feel the energy, ride the energy. It's not going to be like your portion because somebody could feel something for you, someone else may feel something for you. um I may see something. It's like that's not what this is about. So that's what I love about the seances, is because people get to feel and be in the moment. Okay, so just to remind people, because we're going on the 15-minute mark, if you want a reading, I'm just going to let everyone know I'm only doing this for an hour, so you need to get on the list. The information is in the description. I've also pinned it that these are donation basis, $15 for intuitive, $20 for medium. No super chat, please. Thank you. And I'm happy to discuss other things while we're doing readings in between. I'm always reminding people of all the things I have coming up through my Patreon, through my podcast. Did anybody get a chance to listen to the episode of the Day of the Dead? I learned a lot from Kathy. She was great to kind of give me a lot of great information of the Day of the Dead, where it came from, how you can celebrate it at home, all of that good stuff. I also loved talking about on the podcast. I did I watch it? Yeah, I did watch it a little bit more, but I haven't watched more of the UFO Cowboys. If you haven't seen UFO Cowboys, I feel like I want to promote them. UFO Cowboys are pretty amazing because they're like a bunch of cowboys that go looking for like UFO and cryptid, and they're like on horseback and they have cowboy hats and they have pew pews, which I don't know what they're doing with them because they get off their horse when they think they see like a UFO and they're like taking out they're taking out their guns and they're like, hey, we're here. I'm like, what are you going to do? Confront Bigfoot? Confront the aliens? Like, I mean, if they're aliens, I think they're going to be able to dismantle I got you, Lindsay. But it's really trippy because they're pretty serious about it. And it's a pretty cool idea. A bunch of cowboys on horseback confronting aliens. That sounds like a TV show from the early 2000s I'd watch. It's a reality show. So, there's a lot of ideas out there. A lot of ideas. But I think it was a pretty clever one. I mean, okay. I'm like, okay, UFO cowboys. What's up, UFO cowboys? I'm really excited to be going to Utah during another little pop culture reference. Sorry, everybody, I splashed you. Here's my little spritzer. Do I look like I'm doing a commercial? Get your spritzer now. Cheers. Okay. Anyway, hi, Nikki. So what was I gonna say? Speaking of TV shows, I think it's really cool, and I'm gonna get to Lindsay. Lindsay's first on my list, reminding everybody that I'm only reading for an hour. And so if you're gonna get a reading, you got to get on my list. Shauna, you want 2 readings? I got you, Shauna. Any tips for mixing drinks? And I like to do teas and maybe coffees. I will. Okay. Okay, Shauna, aka Selena. Okay. What I wanted to say real quick is I'm going to Utah, and I just think I've been going to Utah, and those of you who've been following me a while know that I've been going to Utah for like over 10 years, right? And now they have the show Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. And I got you, Amina. And I'm like, oh, okay, now everybody's interested in Utah and what's going down in Utah. I've been knowing what's going down in Utah, meaning like I've been, reading there and knowing the whole Utah culture and things that happen. And if you notice the pressure women are under, that's why I've been going there. This is bothering me. Like my hair is bothering me. Hi, Eric. So I've been going to Utah to kind of help the women. If you notice, if you've watched the show, they're talking about how women are kind of oppressed there. That's why I've been going to Utah this time. I hate when you look in the camera and your hair, okay, my hair is going this way to me. I mean, it's on my left side, but it shows on my right. It screws with my mind. It screws with my mind. I'm like, which way is my hair going? This way? Maybe I should just keep it in the middle. No, this is just curly. This is my hair before I straighten it, you guys, before I slap it into place till I just like take a blow dry. This is how curly it gets. And it shrinks. When you have curly hair, my hair, when it's straight, is about this much longer. When you have curly hair, it shrinks so much, and hairdressers never believe you. You're like, it's going to shrink. They're like, mm-hmm. And then they cut more, and then you crying and all that. Okay. Speaking of Utah, one of my favorite hairdressers is in Utah. She's amazing. I don't think I'm going to be able to see her this time, but okay. Let's get to Lindsay. Lindsay. Thank you, Lindsay. Who would you like to connect with? But yes, that's what I wanted to say about mixing drinks while we're waiting for Lindsay. If you're going to do coffee, you like to do teas and maybe coffee. If you're going to do tea, if you're doing hot tea, then adding a little bit of honey, agave syrup, a little bit of milk, and half. My grandma. Yeah, I don't need a name. I just need to know what side of the family, your grandmother on what side of the family. And you can add things like lavender and things like that, depending if it's a black tea. If it's a black tea, then foaming up some half and half with a little bit of flavor of honey and lavender, or agave and lavender would be perfect in like a black tea. Okay, your mom's side. Coffee, we'll come back to that. I have more on coffee because I'm not really a big tea drinker. I know a little bit about what would be good with tea, but I'm better at coffee. So just to remind you, Lindsay, if you haven't gotten a reading, is this your first time with me on here on a live, when I connect with somebody on the other side, they're going to convey to me how they passed first so we can confirm it's them. And then after they convey to me how they passed, then I'm going to tell you, they're going to tell me, and I'm going to tell you, and then you're going to confirm it for me if it makes sense. And then they'll get into the details and the things about their life so we can confirm it's them. Okay. And these are very mini readings. They're not long readings, and I don't do questions and stuff like that because I'm just doing these little readings. All right, so here we go. Just to remind everybody else, I do have a list. After Lindsay is Shauna, and after Shauna is Amina. If you like to get on the list, you have about 25 minutes to get on the list, and then it will be closing. Okay, here we go, Lindsay. So the first thing I heard was like, "Oh, honey, just get going. I'm very excited." She's very positive, like her energy is very coming from a positive place. She says that she didn't have a problem with her passing. Like she knew she was going to pass, and she was I don't want to say like she wasn't like excited for it, but she was ready for it. She said that she felt very comfortable and very fortunate. Like the most important word she keeps saying is, I felt very comfortable. I felt comfortable that I had lived my life. I had experienced a lot of things. I felt like I had a good time in my life. So she just has a very positive view of it. Matter of fact, she keeps talking about, was she like in pretty good shape before she died? Because she keeps talking about going for walks and enjoying herself. But meaning like enjoying as she got older. Yes, that's her. Okay. Meaning like she just I don't know, I just feel like a vibrance from her. You know what I mean? I like that you use the color purple because that's just definitely the energy I get from her, that color even. She says so when things started to go south and she started to lose feeling good and feeling vibrant and feeling energetic, she didn't really want to be here anymore. She just kind of always knew. She does keep showing me her chest area. She keeps pointing to here and saying that, everything just started to feel strained and out of breath, and everything started to feel not pleasant anymore. Like she just really reminds everybody that enjoying life is the point of why we're here. And if you're not feeling that way, then she just didn't want to be here. Um, she's also saying thank you for all the beautiful flowers, but it's not like just bringing flowers. It's like planting flowers. Because all of a sudden I saw like a garden. That's why when I saw your purple, it was just as colorful. She's also holding a baby in her arms and saying congratulations. Is there somebody that had a baby? Or we got to make sure she's not telling us someone's going to have a baby. Because that happens too. She's also saying, oh, wow, no, but I want a baby. Oh, okay. I got you, Eric. Okay. She knows I want a baby very bad. Okay, so she's holding a baby and it looks like a boy. And she's saying like, be patient, take your time. It's coming. And she is saying something about the month of May, June. So we all will be standing by, Lindsay. We want updates. I want you guys to know. I don't want to sound like, because it's not like me. I'm not going to be like, I'm amazing. I come up with this. They are my people. I want you to know I get so many emails from people that will go, I know you don't know if you remember, but you did a reading. It could be a live. It could be, actually, I'm going to read one on my podcast on the next Reader's Room episode where I did a live and talked about what was going to go on in her birthing. Anyway, they tend to be very right on, the spirit world. They tend to help me out. I'm just saying. So everybody respect the grandparents, the great grandparents, the grandparents, the great grandparents, and the parents in your life who have passed. They will help you connect to the spirit of the baby. That's what it is. They're not like bringing the soul, but they're helping you connect. And so she's trying to help you connect. So let us know, Lindsay. Let us know. And also, if there's anything else you can confirm while we go to my next person. Shauna, did you wanted to, I will let you know, because is this your first time in here? It's not your first time, right? Is it? Shauna, you are next. You wanted 2 medium readings, to be clear. Just let me know if I got that right. And after Shauna, it will be Amina. So I'm just letting you know so you guys can get ready. Thank you all for joining. Cheers. Flowers are my sign for her, but I'll check with my siblings and cousins. Maybe someone has been. Oh, well, Lindsay, no, it's probably that. Because she showed me a million flowers. So maybe she's just trying. It looked like a garden. Maybe it's both. Could be both. Cheers, everybody. But I mostly want water these days. I like that. I like it too. Thank you so much, Lindsay. Shauna, you're next. Let me know, Shauna, you wanted 2 people. You wanted 2 different people for a medium reading. Just to let everybody know, we have you. Welcome, Lindsay. Thank you so much. And thank you for your wonderful, colorful, sharing your wonderful, colorful grandmother. Because I just feel like she made me feel like vibrant. Let's go with Dad first. Okay. So, reminding everybody you have about 15 more minutes before I start to close the list. Thank you so much for chilling with me, having a little drinky poo with me, having a little water with me. Definitely a little because I'm very light on those things these days. What was I gonna say? Oh, real quick before I start with you, Selena, aka Shauna. To Anahit, yes, Anahit, for coffee drinks. It all depends if you want hot coffee or iced coffee. But one of my favorite things to do with coffee is to add a little bit of flavoring, like a vanilla, and don't add sugar, and then put a little whipped cream on top. Because if you do that, it gives you the milk you need, and it gives you the flavoring you need. It's one of my favorite things. Real whipped cream, especially if you can. I got you, Alicia. Okay, let's go with your dad. Okay, here we go. We'll come back to mixing drinks. Okay. Your dad. Oh, I just got this like really cool energy. Have we read for him before, Selena? Because he's just like very chill, and I don't know. Everybody's kind of having a cool vibe. Ooh, I will try that. Yeah. Um, he's very chill. He looks kind of young though. I don't know if he's showing me himself what he looked like when he was young, or if he young when he passed. Okay, that's what he looks like. He's 51. Okay. Yes. I'm happy to report to people that is young. Yeah, he looks young. Anyway, he says that, for him it felt very sudden. He really We did talk to him after he passed. I just put two and two together. Okay, got it. Yeah, he's just gonna breeze through that, and then we're just gonna get right to what he wants to say to you, because if we already talked to him, I won't make him go through all that again. But he is saying that he just felt like everything happened so suddenly, and there's like, he's a little upset about it, but he says he's been becoming graceful about everything lately. He says it's kind of hard to explain, but he's been more graceful about his passing. He wants to thank you for the fact that you've been one of the people that have been talking to him most of the time. Like, he does connect and hear you, and that you're kind of the main person who connects with him and talks to him, and he appreciates that. He is saying something about the family kind of being a little bit out of control. Like, he's showing me, like, are people fighting? Because why is he showing me? Do you have two brothers, or are these? He's showing me two people, and it looks like males getting into it. He says he's been having a hard time. He has one sister. Okay, then it's not. No, he has two sisters. Oh, but okay. So maybe I'm interpreting it as brothers, or I saw it wrong, because he said, "Are they fighting?" This is very clearly a message about two people fighting, and I thought it was two guys, because they're not being kind to each other. So you don't have two brothers, to be clear. He's commenting on the fighting that's been going on, and that can't type correctly, but I don't know. I'm estranged from the family. Okay, 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 okay. Okay. Oh, maybe that's what it is. And no, I'm the only child. Okay, so it's his sisters. Yeah, he maybe that's what it is. He wants to comment on the fact that you're estranged and that you're not dealing with them. He has no problem with it. He says it's better this way. They're fighting, and you may hear from them. This is a future thing, a forewarning for you, Selena, that they may contact you. It's almost like there's something that is rightfully yours. That's the best way I could describe it, and they want to contact you about it, which sounds strange, I know, but that's what he's showing me. This may happen around the holidays, so just be aware of it. He is saying something that he's really appreciative that you guys were able to connect before he passed, something like this. Like, he's appreciative that you had the time that you did, and he's sorry. He's sorry that he didn't give something more. Hold on with something. Hold on. Oh, that's unfortunate. I don't want to hear from them. His finances at the time of death were a mess. I walked away from the estate. Yeah, I know. You may hear from them. So he's just warning you, and he's not telling you have to deal with them, but he's just warning you. And there's something about the number 555, which I never get things like this. But he does say he tries to draw your attention. Have you been seeing numbers, sequence of numbers lately? And he does try to wake you up. He did you were you did you have why does it feel like he's trying to get close to you? Because he's singing the song. You know that song, Close to You? What's that song, everybody? Everybody help us out. He's singing that song. He's trying to connect with you and get close to you. So I hope this makes sense. And she can, like, think about it for a minute. No, not numbers, but I know both parents have been super active around me lately. Um, yeah, it's not being active. You've been so when you start to notice that there's things happening, it's usually you are starting to open up and see it more. But maybe this will be something he'll draw your attention to. So whenever, oops, sorry everybody, whenever you see numbers like 111, 222, 333, 555, they're influencing your thought to look at the clock. You know what I mean? To look at the numbers. There is something to 555 particularly, and it may not even be a clock thing. It may, because all of a sudden I'm seeing an address. Are you moving? He's definitely helping you with the future. This reading is definitely more about your future than it is about now, if that makes sense. Okay, so this is definitely your future. That's why I said I think he's talking about things that you don't know about. And got you on a heat, and I think he's trying to help you. Yeah, this is future. Okay. So you don't need to worry about it right now. So it's kind of interesting because I just saw it on the wall. Definitely didn't see it in the clock. But he is going to tell you before the time comes, because I guess because you talked to him already, he just wants to help you with things that are going on with your life now. Because when I was trying to get other things, he's like, I don't care about that. I just want to tell her about things. And maybe that's why you're tuning into it, because they're kind of pressing. It's kind of like, imagine if someone is texting you or sending you, gifts, and they're sending you, like, you know what I mean? Like, different things to kind of grab your attention. You're like, wow, they're really trying to, like, get my attention. That's what you're sensing. I feel like something's happening in the future. It's very positive though, by the way. But let's hear, I have a feeling you're about to say you want to talk to your mom, right? Is that the next person? So let's hear what she has to say. Are we talking to your mom next? Okay, because she got two readings. So after her is Amina. Amina, you're going to be after Selena. And my list is going to be closing in about 10 minutes. So you have 10 minutes to get on it. After Amina, it's going to be Eric. Just so everybody has a heads up if you're like running to the bathroom or okay, let's go with your mom and let's tag team these guys. You know what I mean? Let's see what your mom has to say, because she may have some things to contribute to what he's saying, or maybe she has something else to give us. They might want to be sharing the info with each other. Okay, here we go. Did I talk to your mom already? Let's see. Let's go with your mom. Yep. She kind of threw your dad out of the way. Were they not together? Were they not married when did they divorce before they passed? We've talked to her a few times. Okay. She kind of threw him out of the way. Yes, they were separated. Yeah, because she threw him out of the way. She was like, my turn. Move. Just like that. Like, you can move now. That was just really funny. Okay, this is what she says. She says what she's been more concerned about is how you've been kind of taking on a lot more than you've been than you should, that you've been taking on. That's why I had her go last. Okay. Yeah, she said she's been trying to mother you because you have been taking on a lot more than you should. You've been taking on other people's slack. Something about your work that's been wearing you down. So I feel like the tag team is your dad's trying to get you to move, your mom's trying to get you to change your work. There's definitely a team effort to change your life. Do you see what I'm saying? To make some changes. It's very positive, though. I just want to really stress this isn't negative, this is positive. So yeah, so she says that something to do with your life, and that you've been just going at it for too long, doing things too much, not giving yourself a break. She is concerned about your health, and she's talking about your stomach area, because when I see her, but you're not having a baby, right? Why do I see something? Like, you're not planning on kids. She's just talking about your stomach area. She's concerned about your health. No, at least I hope not. Are we in the baby making vicinity? Like, is the machine still working? Is the factory still up and ready to go? Or has the factory closed? Because I just want to know, because of what I'm seeing. Yes, I'm still in the age range. Okay, so your factory's still open. Okay, girl, pay attention because what I saw was that. What is going on tonight? What did you guys do? What is happening? Is there a full moon or something? Like this is the second one. Interesting. I did see her do this on her stomach. So I think this is why they're trying to get your attention. I'm going to say to you, Selena, be very, very careful. Okay, well, that's not happening one way or the other. Well, you better lock it down. You better lock it down. I got you, Dina. And my list will close in about 5 minutes. You better lock it down is all I need to say. Understood. Because I'm going to tell you, Selena. Ooh, I just got chills. I just got chills, everyone. I don't want to be a jerk, but I have a good track record. A very good track record. Just saying. Because of them. And things and my own site sometimes. So this is why there's been a hubbub around your house. Do you got it now, Selena? Do you got the message loud and clear? There looks like they're trying to get you to change work, change where you're going to live, and also there's a possibility that could happen. You can say no to it by locking the factory down. Okay? Understood. Okay. All right, Amina, you're up. Go ahead and throw your question up. If you throw your question up. We're all going to be. Can you see if I'm a. Hi, Dale. I got myself in a scam or situation. Oh, no. Okay, Selena, keep us updated. We all want to know. It looks like the parents have been. You're right. They have been active, but you also are being good at paying attention. Do you see what I mean? It takes both. It takes both. Okay. Hi, Adela. I've got myself into a scammer situation with a merchant who won't honor my cancellation of a subscription. What the hell? They're charging me for my service I don't want to use. Can you see if I'll be able to protect myself from them? Thank you. Oh, I'm so sorry. What a bunch of jerks. What a bunch of assholes. Just for logical sake, did you contact your bank and everything like that? Just for that part, because I always like to honor the logical side of things. Eric, you're after Amina, okay? So get ready for after her. Okay, yes, I did call my bank. This is what I see. Okay, I'm gonna remote view them. Hold on. You fucking assholes. Excuse my language, but I don't like people getting scammed. Pisses me off. It's just so not nice. Okay. Okay, this is the weird part. Did you get this? Was this like overseas or something or a small little organization? Because the vision I get is almost like they have you on a loop. That's the best way I could describe it. They're from overseas. Yes. Because I feel like they are definitely keeping you on a loop. This is the only way you're going to get them off your back is if you report it like in other words, they won't honor like you either have to shut your whole bank down, like get a whole new bank card or something like this, or you have to like report it. Because honestly, the way I see them, they don't care. They keep doing it until there's like a legal action, until there's like a threat on them. The weird thing is once they have your information, they just keep looping it. Did you say yes that they are overseas? I'm just trying to wait to see if you said yes to that. Okay, yeah, that's what I see. Okay, hold on. Just wanted to make sure I correct Dina's. Hold on, Dina. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What I see is like they're in this little room, you know what I mean? And that this is what they do. They kind of just scam people and they just keep the scam going. The worst part is they call themselves an intuitive. I trust you, Dela. Oh, really? Yeah. There's a guy that I see that's a part of this. So I don't know if it was a man that did this. But I do see like there's a guy that's like a part of like keeping it going. It's almost like they keep like looping you, like keeping you on a loop. So I'm telling you, if you take like a legal action in the sense of you like report them to whoever you can report them and they start to see that they'll back off. That's kind of what they do. They must be trying to like loop you in by trying to kinda gain your trust again or something like that. But if you start, like, kinda, like, giving them, like sending them some kinda like, even if you get somebody, like, a legal aid to, like, write you up a letter that kinda threatens them in a way, you know what I mean? I know, it happens, you guys. You heard my episode, right, about the girl who, like, got scammed off of thousands and thousands of dollars? It's very, very common, I'm sorry to say. Yeah, if you listen to the episode on my, podcast called Scamming. Guides don't communicate that way tonight. I've taught you that I talk about guides, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. That's not how I work. Guides are part of a collective whole. Um, gu Thank you so much, Adela. I will definitely be pursuing legal action against them if they don't stop. So, you know what I'm saying? So, if you get like a letter, like they just will get scared of anything because I feel like they're trying to kind of keep you in a loop. That's what I'm seeing. Are they trying to talk to you and be like, "Oh no, blah blah blah. We're just trying to help, blah blah blah," something like this, and they're just kind of looping you and just kind of keep you on a hook. But if you like send a letter saying deceit, I'm taking legal action, blah 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 blah, whatever like that, they'll stop. You also have your bank do what they're doing, and you have all that combined. Block them on every single thing. If they don't have a hook to put into you, they will stop. The biggest thing that I want to tell everybody when you're dealing with scam people in the spiritual community, and there's a ton of them, when you don't give them something to connect to, like if someone's like, "Hey, we can cleanse you. We can cleanse your space. We can, you have a curse on you. You have this, you have that." If you just say no and you don't tell them why, they will back off. What they look for is people to say, if they say, "Why? Why don't you want me to do this?" They're like, and you're like, "I just don't feel good." They're like, "Why?" "Okay, we'll do this to make you feel good." They'll just do all these things. They'll loop you in, they'll kinda tell you you're not doing what's right spiritually. If you just say, "No, no, I'm not into it." Just no, they know there's no way they can hook you in, okay? That's just a little tip. Eric, what's your question? Yeah, Tanai, you know that I don't look at guides like that. Guides are part of a collective whole and they separate themselves. I have a different viewpoint. They're not like following us around trying to like talk to us. That's not how I see it. I'm making a pivot on my plan to move abroad in 2025 to move out sooner. And just so you know, Alicia is after Eric, and you got 2 minutes if you want to be on my list, and it's officially closed. I'm making a pivot in my plan abroad into 2025 to move out sooner, and I start to look for a new job to allow me to move out sooner. Does this decision align for me from my guides? Okay, well, we just talked about the guides. My mojo has been feeling off in my planning, and I'm feeling so. Just so you know, everyone, since this is the second guide question, I don't see guides as like a group of people following around telling you what they think you need to do because that was something way back in the day when I first started this path. I also too thought until I learned more that it's like a collective consciousness, a collective group that works in connection to you. So they're connecting to you as well. You're a part of that collective conscious. So they're not sitting there going, here's the list, here's the things to do, and you better do it. You know what I'm saying? So I can look at I'm going to look. I don't listen to guides. I kind of connect to the Google, to the internet, to the collected energy, and I'll see what I see. Okay. All right. Did you hear all that, Eric? Or there was ads? Okay. Did you hear all that? If you didn't, okay, cool. Because I didn't know if like an ad came up for you as well. Yes, there's ads. It's YouTube, everyone. Okay, here we go. Let me see. So the first thing I feel like to move out sooner and start looking for a new job. So let me be clear. You're going to move out in 2025. Why are you saying that you moved out sooner? Because you want to move out sooner or you were going to move out sooner? Which are you saying? This is my confusion. Because my feeling is if the plan that you have, the first thing I get, there's nothing, I want to move out sooner. Then 2025 is in like 4 months. I don't see 20 moving out sooner is beneficial to you. I just don't see that. Here's my feeling. If you were to move out and you moved out like next month and you were had all everything lined up next month, then I could see it. But I never see moving and doing things during the holidays as a good time. I never see that. It's rare. Rare occasion, and the rare occasion happened during COVID when things were horrific and going crazy. But I just don't tend to see that. Um, and definitely don't see that for you as well. So I feel like you waiting and you taking your time. This is how I see the future unfolding. Originally, I was thinking of June 2025, but now, oh, I see June 2025. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like you can move sooner, but I don't really feel like it's necessary. And if you were to move sooner, the soonest I see it aligning well for you would be more like March, April. Yeah, around that time, like around spring. So I absolutely could see you moving in spring and not having to wait till June and it going quite swimmingly. But I don't feel like anywhere before spring. And I don't feel like anything's bad about June either. It's just more of if that's what you want, I can see it going well. Um, And you're gonna start looking for a job. Are you starting to look for a job now? Is that what you were saying? You're gonna start to look for a job. Yeah, I feel like you're overthinking it. I just have to call you on it, Eric. I feel like you're overthinking it. You're putting too much thought into it. I got you, Tanaya, and now the list is officially closed. Um, you're overthinking it. You're definitely overthinking it. I think you're overanalyzing it. You're second guessing everything. I don't see this being necessary at all. I feel like you have a very good pulse on everything. It feels very positive, but I will say spring feels good more than waiting, which is June, right? So I feel like even if you were April, May, you'd be fine. So I just feel like there's nothing wrong here. I want to look and tell you, oh my God, this is what's wrong. This is terrible. This is what you should do. I just don't see it. Okay, Alicia, you are next. You can go ahead and put your question and just so that you know, right after. Ooh, I love how you guys are on top of it. Killer. After Alicia, it will be Anahit. So Anahit, get your question ready. Well, thank you. Yeah, I love you, Dela. Oh, thank you, Alicia. Thank you so much. I can use the love always. Thank you, Eric. I feel good about it. Like I kept seeing lavender. So what that told me is like lavender, the flower, and that just reminds me of spring. So I feel like you're springing right along. Okay, can you help me figure out what I need to learn about my situation? I recently broke up with a man of The last 5 years, I love him, but I'm having second thoughts about my decision. Oh, okay. You recently broke up and now you're second guessing. Okay, that's always rough. All right. That feels in alignment, lavender. Yeah. My birthday's tomorrow. What to expect? So I'm doing readings on donation basis, and so I am reading Alicia now, and my list is closed. Okay, Alicia, let's go to you now. Let me take a look at this one. Let me take a look at this one. And look at this man. Let me see him. All right, hold on. Okay, listen, Alicia. This is the thing. When I see him, everybody listen up. When I see him, he kind of looks like he didn't put a lot of energy and effort into your relationship. Like I literally saw him kind of dragging his feet. You know what I mean? Like I saw him kind of like not really putting a good effort into you. So I don't know. It doesn't feel like you made a mistake. I don't see it. My sense is that you're going through what a lot of people go through whenever you break up with someone is you start to kind of get nervous and you start to kind of freak out because obviously it's someone you had a relationship with and you had a closeness to, and so you start second guessing everything. But I don't see this was a mistake. um, he kind of looked like he's dragging his feet and he still looks like that. Like when I saw him, he just looked like he's like not even really putting energy into himself or even thinking about you and what you're going through, what your needs are. I just don't see it. You're right. He says he did so much. What do you mean? He says that he did too much, so much for you. Everyone else in my life said, "What'd you say? Huh?" He's like, "I did so much. I did so much." Yeah, I don't see it. He likes to talk about all he does for me. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't see that. I don't see that. I feel like there's like kind of a negative attitude from him, kind of a like victim attitude, like poor me, like, oh man, I did like so much. I don't know what your problem is. Like you're never satisfied. When you hear someone talk like you're never happy. So that type of thing. I want to get therapy and he won't go. Mm. Listen, you can't make somebody, he says that to me. Yeah, I see him saying it. You can't make somebody. You cannot make somebody get therapy. You just cannot. So I would say walk away, walk away, walk away. Just let it go. Kick him to the curb. Okay. I did. I should just keep walking. Just keep walking. Just keep. Mm, mm. Put a little strut. Everybody give Alicia a little encouragement to keep walking. Thank you, Ade. Love you. Love you back. Thank you so much. Um, okay, so can you tell me let me see. I know I don't have ESP. Okay, so I am reading for people who have donated, and I think Anahit, you are next. I love when people think being psychic means you read thoughts. Okay, skip happily, LOL. Yes, skip happily. Uh, 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 mm, mm, mm. Okay, Anahit, you are next. After Anahit, it's going to be Dina. And then after Dina, it's going to be Tanaya, the queen. Tanaya. Okay, Anahit, what's your question, girl? I'm drinking eggnog. You're drinking eggnog? It's these boots were made for walking. It's a little early for eggnog, isn't it? You're skipping right over Halloween and Thanksgiving and pumpkin spice and stuff. So I keep running into all season long. Okay, go for it. Do your thing. So I keep running into the issues with connecting the PC I bought and the monitor, which has delayed my deadline. So, okay, yes, I know what deadlines you're talking about. So, okay, so I'm waiting for the second part. Just to remind everybody, my list is closed, but remember, I do full length readings. You can always book a reading for me on AdelaLavine.com. Check out my podcast, check out my Patreon. To remind Dina, you are after Anahit, and the Queen Tanaya is after Dina. Yeah, I like eggnog, but I don't know, it's kind of gross too, Alicia. Is it spiked though? Because if it's spiked, then that's a different story. I think I'm going to have to make my art by hand instead of digitally and use an app to edit it before sending my art into the manufacturer for phone charm and washi tapes. Do you see it work out, and would it arrive before December? Oh, this is a lot for a little mini reading on eight. This is kind of a bigger question. But what I can tell you is I feel like you should just move the deadline. I feel like you're putting too much pressure on the deadline. You're starting with a deadline versus to just setting things up. You know what I mean? It feels like if you're not having the things go right, then you have to, in other words, the biggest mistake to do when you're trying to do something like this is to use it as a means to like change your life like immediately. So if you're having problems with the tools that you're trying to use to create your art and to make a change in your life, then you may want to change the deadline and kind of shift that out of the way, meaning going, okay, maybe this deadline was a little too ambitious, and work on getting the bones, because it feels like you're trying to add things. You don't have the skeleton, and you're trying to like dress the skeleton before you even have the skeleton. It's very important to make sure you have at least the basic foundations that you need before you build on it. So it's kind of like you're like, oh, well, let me just do a different foundation and maybe I can build on it. It will be shaky. So that's to say, I feel like this is a big mistake to go that way. It's going to take forever. It's not going to go well. You're going to regret doing it, putting yourself, having to do everything handmade. I feel like what you should do is just wait and maybe shift the deadline and give yourself a different deadline and take time to build the foundation. It's sometimes you can get in the mindset where you're like, this is the plan, this is what I need to do, and that's what I'm doing. And then instead you go, okay, this is what I'm trying to do, right? And you go, but it didn't work out as fast as I like, so I guess I just have to shift, the deadline. What people tend to do is go, this is where I should be, and then I'm going to force myself to get there no matter what. And then it becomes a mess, and then you give up. Okay? Do you understand? I just soon as you said that, what flashes to me when you're like, oh, I'm gonna do everything by hand, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I'm like, this is gonna be chaos. It's gonna be a mess. I can't see it going well. Just change the deadline. So change the deadline. Stop trying to push it and trying to make it like you're trying to start at the end. Like you're looking at the end and you're going, these, I'm just going to do whatever I need to do to get to the end. You have to like be patient about building something. Building something takes days, takes years, takes weeks, takes time. And you got to have fun building. Okay. Okay, Dina, you're up. And after Dina, we will end with our queen bee, TB. Thank you all for joining with me. I know you're not going to give up. I'm not worried about it. Thank you for joining with me on these live readings. This is so fun. Oh, thank you. Thanks for joining for me with me for me. Thanks for joining for me. Thanks for joining for me. And cheers to everyone. Cheers to a Sunday night. Enjoy your Sunday night. Um, cheers, Eric. Cheers, cheers. Chin chin. Here we go. Cheers, cheers. Cheers, cheers. Maybe I'll do like every time I do a live, I'll do a different drink. Yay, I like the background. Thank you. Mm-mm. 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 This is my castle. Not really. But this is my pretend castle. Okay, Dina, where are you, sweetheart? Tell me who you would like to speak to. I know you got a medium reading. And then Tanaya, did you fall asleep? I know you couldn't fall asleep because it's only 7 and I know you're in LA. Going to ground myself. Thank you for calling me out for overthinking. No problem. That's what I do. Adela, did you watch Beetlejuice? I did. I did watch Beetlejuice. I will tell while we're waiting for these for Dina. It was okay. And I posted some things on it because I think I posted me. Did I post pictures? When I went to our place, the theater I told you about when Nicolette came out here to LA, where you could order food and drinks and the seats go back and all that. We went there. It was okay. I think it was very cool. They had a lot of nostalgia. They gave us a run of our nostalgia. They let us like enjoy the nostalgia. That sounds like the best movie. It is. The seats like go all the way back and the feet go all the way up. They bring you your food, they bring you your drinks. Okay, we're waiting for Dina, so I do have a time, so let's go to Tanaya and we can come back to Dina. Tanaya, what's your question? And then we can come back to Dina because I do have to go soon. I like it. I thought it was good enough for the sequel. Nothing will beat the originals. Where is the theater? I didn't know LA had that, but LA has a lot. Yes, Anahit, there's quite a few of them. I will DM you the place. DM me on Instagram and I will DM you the place. It's the best. I don't go to movies much, so when I do go to movies, this is how I go now. This is how I do it now. Cuz it's like you're getting dinner and you're getting dinner and drinks and a movie and it's like if you go on a Tuesday, it's half off. I'm in the process of setting up part-time private sector work. Oh, yes. Congratulations. Finally. Cheers, cheers to the queen. However, I would like to transfer to a new program, current employer during this period. What's the energy around this? I'm in the process of setting up part-time private sector. However, I would like to transfer to a new program, current employer during this period. Okay, so while you're going into the private sector, you want to go to a new program with your current employer. Okay, okay, gotcha. Okay, let me take a look. Hold on. I gotcha, girl. Hold on. Huh. Well, the first thing I get is they're a little bit tight, meaning like it feels like they kind of are picky about who they kind of like move into this area. So the energy does look a little bit tight around it, like not impossible, not difficult. Sorry, I'm like shaking my leg. I'm doing that thing. But I did feel like it was a little difficult to manage. So I wouldn't be disappointed if it doesn't work out because you have this other thing that you're planning and you're creating for yourself. You know what I mean? But I do feel like they're a little bit snarky. I don't know. It just kind of seems like when I saw you in front of the person who's kind of like eventually you get in front of the person you're trying to do this with, it's almost like they're kind of a little difficult about it. I didn't see them very open-minded, open and friendly about it. So I would say don't get disappointed if they don't seem open arms about it. Does that make sense? So I feel like just have another game, like continue to do what you're doing with the private sector and don't get disappointed if this doesn't work out because I don't see it as a big green. I don't see a big green light. It looks more like a yellow light. Does that make sense? And if Dina's in here, please let me know because you're after Tanaya. And if I don't hear from you, I'll have to read for you the next time because I do have to go. So does that make sense, Tanaya? Because I feel like I don't want you to be disappointed, but I did see them being a little bit difficult and a little bit kind of not making it easy for you and you kind of being disappointed or being worried why they're being difficult maybe down the road, but I feel like have other plans in mind. It's just kind of more like they're not very friendly about it, if that makes sense. They don't seem friendly about it. So, yeah, I didn't like their vibe, to be honest. Their vibe was a little bit like snarky, a little bit like almost like, why do you think you should have this? You know what I mean? Like, why do you think you should have this job? I saw this one particular woman seems to want to withhold this from you, but it's not like they're out to get you or anything. It just doesn't look very inviting and they seem to make it a little difficult. So what that tells me is like have an alternative plan. Okay. Okay, well, I'll have to make Dina top of my list. I'm writing her down as top of my list for next time because I have to go. And I called you out several times and I try to warn everybody, but I wrote your name and circled it. The hiring manager is difficult. Yeah, they kind of look like she just kind of looks like she has a little bit of an attitude. She just kind of looks like she kind of isn't going to make it easy for you. So it's I just don't see a big green light. It looks like a yellow light. So I would think of other things besides that road. Okay? Because I'm going to tell you like it is. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. Thank you for joining me with this live. I will be live on Thursdays and Sundays at 6 o'clock. I will set reminders for you on my Patreon, on YouTube, and everything else. It'll be for an hour just like this. This is doing this. Don't forget to check out all the things I post on Instagram, TikTok. You guys can find all those things. My Patreon, my podcast, the House Medium, and all of those types of things. I'm looking forward to posting new stuff on my Patreon. So thank you guys so much. These were little mini readings, Naya. So this is it. I got to sign off. Long time fine. Thank you, Alicia. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night. Follow yourself. Follow no one. Listen to your inner voice. See you soon.